Eugenics means good genes. EU, the prefix E is Latin meaning good, and genics meaning genes. So it's like the Bible, Genesis is the beginning of the genes or the made man. A couple of days ago, Trump was saying that they have good genes. He's lying to them. They have bad genes, and he's deceiving the world. They have deceived the world so that even black people who do have good genes want to make with them, and in doing so corrupt their genes. That's the biggest sin in the universe, corrupted. And they want to get to the blackest person and corrupt their genes from the foundation of the world. That's the biggest sin. How are we going to purge that out of ourselves? They changed the world and whole meaning of the world in their order from Ma'at to their world order. It's been going on 6,000 years ago, not to be a new world order, but it started 6,000 years ago. They even changed what they call the week. What make you weak? But the days of the week. What make you weak? Their existence make you weak. They changed the order and causes us to recognize that order that they put the world in. For instance, they have Monday as the first day. That's the heavenly body closest to the earth. They put the earth at the center. It's not even counted as part of the earth is at the center, and the moon, the first day, is the heavenly bodies closest to the earth. Then they got Tuesday, which is the fourth from the sun, but the first clockwise will be the first from the earth, the planet from the earth. Then Wednesday, which is the first, which is Mercury, the first from the sun. And then they get Thursday, Jupiter, the second from the earth, but the fifth from the sun. Then they get Friday, the second from the sun. And then Saturday was a Saturn. Now, I forget to say Friday, of course, is Venus. And Saturday is Saturn, which is the sixth from the sun and the third from the earth. Any other day, like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, that's 1, 2, 3 from the sun, from the earth. But 3, 4, 5 in position from the sun. They love to play those type of games, and you go on and on with that configuration, putting the world in their order. Even and have you recognizing that order. Even saying that north is the top and south is down, and having on the map, and have people recognize that. When south is really the top, and north is down. Now they got what's called the upside down map, when it's really right side up. And they have you recognize that order. That's the world order. South is up. And even you say south is the hottest part of the universe is the southern hemisphere. The coldest part is the northern hemisphere. They have it where you say is right is the southern hemisphere is of the equator. Now they say equator is the imaginary line. That is bull. They know it is real. It's real. It's not imaginary. They say the equator is imaginary. How could they say that? Now the magnetic needle move from left to right in the southern hemisphere, and in the northern hemisphere, I mean, you learned this in grade school. It move from right to left, the northern hemisphere, and that's in my opinion, observation is the reason why the Nile move down. The Nile move from south to north, and they have even the clock. The hands of a clock. You can make a clock to go. The hands to go from right to left instead of from left to right. You can do that, but they have you going uh, from left to right, and even the way you read, even from left to right. Mhm. They're putting that in their order. And that's giving honor to the northern hemisphere, the cold hemisphere, which is below. And they have you believing it's even a black person who's educated and knowledgeable about Kemet or Egypt. Either he's deceiving, he's with a clique and deceiving the people, or he's not really that knowledgeable. Because he was saying, trying to explain that Lower Egypt is called correctly Lower Egypt, but that he's saying that Lower Egypt is really Upper Egypt because it's in the north and the north is on the top. He's now either he's deceiving the people or he's ignorant of the facts. The Nile moved from south to north and it's called Lower Egypt, and it's correctly called that. But he's trying to explain away why it's called Lower Egypt. Correctly called because it's a low. It's north is below. It's a cold north, and the south is warm. And they even have the clock, like I said, their hands, and they know the equator is zero latitude because the magnetic equator does not move left or right. This is science. This is knowledge. The same as our genes, you have melanin. And what's the melanin called? Eumelanin that black people have. Eumelanin. EU mean good. So they're being truthful in some of their science, but to the masses, they're saying something different. So if Trump is saying you got good genes, he must be talking about black people. He could not be talking about white people. Even though most of the audience was white, so-called white, off-white, or pink, more pinkish white. And the melanin in the Caucasian people are called pheomelanin. It's sulfur-based. And when they come out of a bath or wet, it smells like sulfur. Because their melanin is sulfur-based. And some people say it smells like a rotten egg. Sulfur smells like it's a horrible smell, almost poisonous smell. And it's sulfur-based. Their melanin, pheomelanin, PHEO. So the science is there. But that God who made them, what he made them, is like he's an alchemist, like turning base metal into gold. They turn what the dust of the earth, the lowest thing you can think of, to dominate. But here's something I move into. But as in 24 state, the Lord rained down upon Solomon and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Now that's two Lord, Lord on earth and Lord in heaven. But he rained on fire from the Lord, and that's what's going on now. It's fires that cannot be quenched. It's raining now